need. Basic request structures. Let's begin with a basic sentence. Send me the file. This sentence is clear, though too direct for many situations. Now consider this. Can you send me the file? This improves things. Can you ranks among the most common polite request forms in English. It's simple, it's natural and safe, but slight improvement is possible. Can you send me the file, please? Now this sentence sounds polite yet confident. You didn't say sorry. You didn't over-explain. Hey everyone, welcome to another session of English Learning Podcast. My name is Tom, and today's lesson covers something incredibly practical, an issue countless English learners face daily. The challenge of being polite in English while maintaining strength. This presents a major difficulty for numerous students worldwide. Certain students come across as overly direct. They appear rude despite having no intention to offend. Meanwhile, other students exhibit excessive politeness, yet this makes them appear uncertain. They project weakness, which breeds fear. Perhaps you worry that excessive politeness will cost you respect, or that assertive speaking will make others perceive you as rude. What's the solution? Frequently, learners opt for silence. They remain quiet. They dodge conversations. However, staying silent won't help. Therefore, this lesson will demonstrate the simultaneous achievement of politeness and confidence. These aren't mutually exclusive options. Both qualities can coexist. Understanding true politeness. Numerous students equate politeness with softness. They believe it requires constant apologizing. They assume it means repeating sorry endlessly. Consider this example. Sorry, can I maybe ask you something if that's okay? Sure, this demonstrates politeness, though it projects uncertainty. You appear frightened. You seem to question your speaking rights. Within English-speaking societies, this poses difficulties because English politeness isn't about making yourself small. It doesn't involve self-diminishment. English politeness centers on respect, respecting others alongside respecting yourself. This matters tremendously. Let me share something truthful. Native English speakers don't respect rude individuals. I believe every culture shares this value. However, they equally disrespect people lacking boundaries. A boundary represents a clear line, defining what you'll accept versus reject. Politeness and boundaries aren't incompatible. Saying please doesn't prevent sounding strong. Expressing thank you doesn't eliminate confidence. The issue isn't politeness itself. The issue lies in your expression method. Practical examples. Consider this workplace scenario. Someone repeatedly interrupts you. You want this stopped. Two approaches exist. Option 1, stop interrupting me. This demonstrates strength, yet sounds aggressive. It lacks politeness. Option 2, which this lesson teaches. Could you please let me finish my point? This sentence combines politeness with clarity. You're not apologizing for existing. You're not attacking them. You're merely stating your needs. This exemplifies polite confidence. Countless learners assume confidence stems from grammar or vocabulary, yet confidence actually comes from clarity. Clear messages create confident sounds. Perfect English isn't required. Big words aren't necessary. Advanced grammar isn't essential. You need calm structure. The softening technique. Allow me to explain something crucial. English politeness frequently involves softening verbs, not messages. Your message can carry strength while the verb remains gentle. Example, I want this report now. Strong message, hard verb. Compare with, could you please send me the report today? Nearly identical messages, completely different feelings. You're still requesting action. You're not being weak. You're simply showing respect. Numerous learners abuse the word sorry. They constantly say, sorry to ask, sorry to bother you, sorry, sorry, sorry. This creates problems because sorry implies wrongdoing. Constant apologies make you sound perpetually wrong. Later sections will teach when to stop apologizing and provide alternatives. The power of calm. Here's another simple truth. Confidence isn't about volume. It's not about loud speaking. It's not about aggressive tones. Confidence means staying calm. Calm voices sound strong. Rushed voices sound nervous. Therefore, when speaking politely, slow down, pause, breathe. This alone transforms how others hear you. Making confident requests. This section focuses on one extremely practical skill, making polite requests that sound confident. This happens daily. You request things at work. You request things from friends. You request things in emails. You request things in stores. Many English learners feel uncomfortable here. They think direct asking sounds rude. They think polite asking sounds unsure. Consequently, they overthink. They insert too many words. They apologize excessively. The message becomes unclear. Let's fix this together. First, understand this clearly. Making requests isn't problematic. It's normal. It's human. You're not always asking favors. Sometimes you're simply communicating needs, expressing needs, telling others what you need. Basic request structures. Let's begin with a basic sentence. Send me the file. This sentence is clear, though too direct for many situations. Now consider this. Can you send me the file? This improves things. Can you ranks among the most common polite request forms in English. It's simple, it's natural and safe, but slight improvement is possible. Can you send me the file, please? Now this sentence sounds polite yet confident. You didn't say sorry, you didn't over-explain. This is polite clarity. Let's advance one level. Instead of can you, we can use could you. Could you send me the file, please? Could sounds slightly softer than can. It sounds more professional, though not weak. Native speakers use this constantly, especially at work. Short versus long requests. Many learners think polite English equals long English. That's false. Frequently, short polite sentences sound stronger than long apologetic ones. Compare these sentences. Sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you maybe had time to possibly send me the file today. This is very long and sounds nervous. Now hear this. Could you send me the file today, please? Clear, calm, and confident. Fewer words, more power. Tone matters. Now let's discuss tone. Tone means your voice sound. You can say polite sentences, but still sound weak. If your tone shows uncertainty, if you speak too quickly, or if your voice rises excessively at the end, you sound uncertain. Try maintaining a steady voice. Example, could you help me with this? Placement of please. Now examine a very common mistake. Many learners position please incorrectly. They say, please can you help me? This isn't wrong, but sounds somewhat emotional. A better option, can you help me please? Or could you help me with this, please? This sounds more natural in modern English. Advanced request forms. Now let's move to slightly higher levels. Instead of can you or could you, we can use would you mind? Example, would you mind helping me with this? This is very polite, but still confident. Important note, after would you mind, we use the ing form. Would you mind helping me? Would you mind looking at this? Would you mind supporting her? Would you mind opening the window? This structure sounds professional and calm, adding specificity. Now let me show you something important. You can sound confident by adding time or direction to requests. Example, could you send me the file? This is good. Now, could you send me the file by this afternoon? This sounds more confident. You're clear about your wants. You're not demanding. You're organized. Meeting scenarios. Now let's practice another example. Imagine you're in a meeting. You need someone to repeat something. You can say, sorry, what? This sounds rude. You can say, sorry, sorry. I didn't understand. Sorry. A better option. Sorry. Could you repeat that, please? An even better option. Could you repeat that, please? No apology needed. You did nothing wrong. You simply need information. Saying no politely. Now we'll discuss something even harder for many learners. Saying no politely without feeling guilty. This ranks among the most important communication skills in English and carries the most emotion. Many people fear saying no, not only in English, in any language. But in English, this fear intensifies. Why? Because learners think refusing will sound rude. They think refusal will make people dislike them. They think saying no will cost opportunities. So they agree even when unwilling, even when tired, even when busy. And slowly, they feel stressed. They feel angry. But saying no doesn't make you a bad person. And polite refusal doesn't make you rude. Declining help requests. Let's start with a simple example. Someone asks, "Can you help me with this?" You lack time. Many learners panic here. They say, I'm sorry, I can't. Sorry. This sounds emotional and suggests wrongdoing, but you did nothing wrong. You simply cannot help. So let's change the structure. Listen carefully. I'm afraid I can't help with this. This sentence is polite. It's calm and clear. The phrase I'm afraid doesn't mean fear. It's a polite expression. You're not apologizing. You're informing politely. Declining invitations. Now let's talk about refusing invitations. Someone says, "Do you want to come to dinner tonight?" You don't want to go. You can say, "No." This is okay with close friends, but in many situations, we soften it. Try this. "Oh, thanks for the invitation, but I'll have to pass tonight." "I'll have to pass" means politely refusing. Very natural, very common. Or, "Thank you, but I already have plans." Again, this is polite and confident. Useful formula. Here's a very useful structure to remember. Thank you plus no plus optional alternative. Examples. Thank you for asking, but I won't be able to help today. I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to decline. Decline means to say no politely. It's more formal. Disagreeing politely. Now we arrive at one of the hardest skills in English communication. Disagreeing politely. For many learners, disagreement feels dangerous. You think disagreement will anger people. You think disagreement will sound rude. But this isn't true. Let me state this clearly. Two extremes exist. On one side, we have aggressive disagreement, which is impolite. Examples. That's wrong. I don't agree at all. You are mistaken. These sentences may be honest, but they feel hard. On the other side, we have passive agreement. Examples. Yeah, maybe. I guess so. You're probably right. But these sentences hide your real opinion. They make you invisible, meaning difficult to see. What we want is the middle, polite, confident disagreement. The agreement first technique. The first secret is this. In English, we usually soften disagreement by starting with agreement. This doesn't mean fake agreement. It means showing respect before sharing a different view. Example, I see your point, but I think there is another way to look at it. This sentence is very powerful. I see your point shows respect. The word but introduces your opinion. You're not attacking. You're joining the conversation. Another example. Now let's look at another example. Someone says, "This is the best solution." You disagree. You can say, "I understand why you think that. However, I see it a bit differently." Now the word however is a polite alternative to but. It sounds more formal and calm. Disagreement in meetings. Now let's look at disagreement in meetings. Meetings are scary for many learners. People speak fast and opinions are strong. You can use thinking phrases to slow the moment. Examples. That's an interesting point, but let me think about that for a moment. I see what you mean. These phrases buy you time. They also show respect. Then you add your view. Example. That's an important point. I'm just not convinced it will work in the long term. Long term means over a long period of time. This is somewhat advanced but natural English. Conclusion. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Before we finish, I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this lesson, and if topics like this help you feel more confident speaking English, let me know in the comments. Tell me what situations you struggle with most: work, meetings,